Okay, we're in part 4, story 5, Not a Thread or a Shoestring. That's what it's called. It would seem as though Abraham was just a little bit discouraged as he saw Lot driving his flocks and herds downhill towards the Jordan Valley, having chosen all the land best for himself. For just then God said to him, Lift up thine eyes and look from the place where thou art to the northward and southward and eastward and westward. For all the land which thou seest is thee, will I give it, and to thy seed forever. Arise, walk through the land in the length of it and the breadth of it, for I will give it unto thee. Ugh, King James. Ugh. Okay? It was as though God said, cheer up. Uh, you don't need you don't need to mind that Lot chose as he did. All this land shall be yours. Lot's land too, and all the rest. All the whole wide world. At the at this Abraham was comforted and removed his tent and came to dwell in the plain of Mari. Mamre, 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 which is in Hebron, and he built there an altar unto the Lord. He had not been there very long, however, before he learned that Lot was in trouble. Plenty of trouble. War had broken out when 4 kings or rulers of Mesopotamia had banded together to attack the king of the 5 cities around the Dead Sea, including the kings of Sodom and Gomorrah. It was 4 kings with 5, the Bible says, and the 5 lost. The victors took everything they could carry away from Sodom and Gomorrah and went their way. And they took Lot, Abram's brother's son, who dwelt in Sodom, and his goods, and departed. And there came one that had escaped and had told Abram the Hebrew. What did Abraham do? Did he say, serves him right, not asking? He asked for it. No, instead, without a moment's hesitation, he armed his trained servants born in his house, born in his own house, 313, and pursued them unto Dan. Now, that Dan wasn't really there yet, but that's what they call it because they didn't know what the name at first. Okay, my brain's going ahead of myself. Okay, we must remember that there is no policeman in those days. Abraham could not telephone the sheriff's office and ask for help. If Lot was to be rescued, Abraham and his servants would have to do it. Knowing that his little band was greatly outnumbered, Abraham attacked at night, and his ruse was successful. He chased the enemy almost all the way to Damascus and rescued not only Lot and his family, but all his goods, also all the spoils which the 4 kings had taken from Sodom and Gomorrah. Damascus was around that long. Ooh, Damascus has always been around. Damascus, if y'all need to know, is in Syria. So it's been around forever. News, let's get back. News of the victory spread quickly, and as Abraham returned with Lot and his goods, and the women also, and the people, he was the hero of the day. The king of Sodom came and met him, feeling very grateful, as you could imagine. So, so did Melchizedek. 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 I always say it wrong. King of Salem, who brought forth bread and wine in honor of the occasion. Melchizedek. I always have trouble saying that, even in Bible school. Okay? And there's the illustration down at the bottom of the war. But Melchizedek, king of Salem, is important. Listen to this. This Melchizedek, the Bible said, was not only the king, but also the priest of the Most High God. When he saw Abraham, he said, "Blessed be Abram of the Most High God, possessor of heaven and earth, and blessed be the Most High God, which hath delivered thine enemies into thine hands." So he knew about Abraham. At this, Abraham gave him tithes of all, which means he took 1/10 of all the goods he had received and gave it as a thank offering. That's what it says. As a thank offering, should be thanks, but I guess it's a typo. As a thanks offering to the man of God. The rest he prepared to return to the king of Sodom. Graciously, generosity, the king of Sodom said, "Give me the persons and take the goods to thyself." But Abraham would have none of it. And here again we catch a glimpse of his greatness. "I have lift up my hand upon the Lord, the Most High God, the possessor of heaven and earth," he said, "that I will not take from a thread even to a shoelatch, and that I will not take anything that is thine, lest thou shalt say, I have made Abram rich, save only that which the young man had eaten, and the portion of men which went with me." Abram learned his lesson. He would not let the king of Sodom say, as the Pharaoh had done, that he had made Abram rich. Never again would he accept favors for any earthly ruler. He could How could he oppose the wickedness of Salem if he had accepted money from this king? From now on, his motto was, "Not a thread or a shoelet," for any source from any source such as this. And that's a grand principle for every boy and girl to follow. Never accept a gift that might tie your hands or silence your voice in your witness for right and truth. Never take a bribe of any kind, not even a thread or a shoestring. And then, of course, it has an illustration. And this time it's Harry Anderson who painted it. And this is it. Okay, see where I can see it. Let's see. Right here, it's got Melchizedek. And the caption says, Abraham was a very rich man and paid tithes of all his goods to Melchizedek, the priest of the Most High God. Melchizedek then blessed Abraham for his faithfulness and generosity. A lot of stuff there. And we are at the end of part 4, story 5. And we're going to go to the next one in just a bit.